Visiting the Louvre. The Louvre Museum is one of the largest and most famous museums in the world. Located in the middle of Paris, France, the Louvre attracts millions of visitors each year. It has some of the most famous paintings and sculptures on earth. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa and the Greek sculpture The Winged Victory Samothrace sculpture of Nike can be found in the museum. In addition to art, the Louvre has many other types of exhibits, including archaeology, tech history, and architecture. The museum is so large that it would take about 4 months to visit each piece. Some people visit the museum several times because they cannot see everything in one visit. They say that even though they are visiting the same museum, every visit is a new experience. Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream. These were the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his famous I Have a Dream speech. It is hard to find racial segregation in the US, but no more than 40 years ago, this was not true. Black people were not allowed to sit in the front of the public buses, and they couldn't send their children to the same school as white kids. They didn't have the right to vote, and they couldn't get good jobs just because they were black. The man who set out to change all this was Dr. King. He led people's marches in many cities and demanded the black people receive equal rights as white people. Dr. King later received the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts in the civil rights movement. He continued to work for equal rights until he was killed in 1968 in Memphis. Although Dr. King is not with us today, his dream continues to touch the lives of many all around the world. Indian movies. Which country do you think produces the most movies in a year? If your answer was the United States, you had better think again. It is true that the US makes the most money from the movie industry, but it does not make the largest number of movies. The answer to the question is India. Surprised? It is estimated that around 700 to 900 films are made in India each year. That means that an average of 2 movies are produced in one day. The industry is so large that people now call it Bollywood. Even the United States makes just around 300 films a year. So why are so many movies produced in the subcontinent? The biggest reason is that India has a total population of about 1 billion people, and many of them enjoy watching movies. In other words, there is a strong demand for them. Although Indian movies are not as popular as American films, the Indian people take pride in the fact that their country is the largest producer of film in the world.